Michelle, the living God will strengthen you. What can we? What can give us confidence when we face trials? Philippians 4 verse 13. For all things, I have the strength through the one who gives me power. We will be able to endure any trial, great or small, if we remember that Jehovah is alive and He is there to sustain us. After all, any problem we face is no match for our God. He is almighty and He can give us the power to endure. Read Philippians 4, verse 13. For all things I have the strength through the one who gives me power. We have every reason, therefore, to face our trials with confidence. Our experiencing Jehovah's support during smaller trials convinces us that we will also help us during great trials. What experiences during David's youth increased his confidence in Jehovah? Consider two personal experiences that increased David's confidence in Jehovah. When David was a young shepherd, a bear and a lion each carried off one of his father's sheep. On both occasions, David courageously chased after the animals and saved the sheep. Yet he did not claim the victory for himself. He knew that Jehovah was behind him. So let's read 1 Samuel 17, verse 34 to 37. David then said, Saul, your servant, became a shepherd of his father's flock. And the lion came also bear and carried each off sheep from the flock. I went after it and struck it down and rescued it from its mouth. When it rose up against me, I grabbed it by its fur and struck it down and put it to death. Your servant struck down both the lion and the bear, and the uncircumcised Philistine will become like one of them, for he has taunted the battle lines of the living God. Then David added, Jehovah, who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear, he is the one who will rescue me from the hand of the Philistines. And at this Saul said to David, Go and may Jehovah be with you. David never forgot those experiences. By meditating on them, he gained confidence that the living God would strengthen him in the future. How did having the right perspective help David to face Goliath? Later, likely while he was still a teenager, David visited the army camp of the Israelites. He found that the soldiers were terrified because a giant Philistine named Goliath had come out to taunt the battle line of Israel. 1 Samuel 17, 10, and 11 reads, The Philistine then said, I do taunt the battle line of Israel this day. Give me a man and let us fight it out. When Saul and all Israel heard the words of the Philistines, they became terrified and greatly afraid. David, however, viewed the situation. Well, the soldiers' fear was a result of their focusing on the giant and the taunts they heard in the battle. 1 Samuel 17, verse 24 and 25. David had reviewed the situation. When all the men of Israel saw the man, they fled from him terrified. The men of Israel were saying, Have you seen the man who is coming out? He's coming to taunt Israel. The king will give great riches to the man who strikes him down. He will give him his own daughter. He will give the house of his father exemption in Israel. David, however, viewed the situation from a different perspective. His view was happening as a challenge, not merely against the battle line of Israel, but against the battle line of the living God. 1 Samuel 17, verse 26. Wait on this. Come on. David began to say to the men who were standing near him, What will be done for the man who strikes down the Philistine over there and takes away reproach from Israel? For who is the uncircumcised Philistine that he should taunt the battle line of the living God? David had Jehovah foremost in mind. David trusted that the God who had helped him when he was a shepherd would help him again in this situation. Certain of God's backing, David faced Goliath, and of course he won.